Alright folks, welcome back. What's the biggest cat you've ever seen? Over a year ago we got about 3,000 one time, but that was using some endless shenanigans. So the question for today, how big can we get the cat without endless mode? One potential challenge, the Joker doesn't actually appear in the shop until you already have some lucky cards in your deck, so it can be a little bit of a hurdle to get those first few lucky cards. So this is where we're starting. This is White Stake Ghost deck. In the first shop Buffoon pack, I picked up DNA, and since I got the early DNA, I decided to peek inside the standard pack. Here in the standard pack, we can go ahead, pick up a lucky card, and go next. I could go for the middle straight. I think I'm going to go for the diamonds here. Using DNA would be nice, but also not dying would also be nice. So let's go ahead and play the diamonds. Alright, King High straight wins. We can try to draw the lucky card for the money. Maybe one more time. Okay, how about Ace High straight? Nice. Okay, since we got the money, we could take Overstock. I could take a business card. Is pretty good with the Red Seal Jack, which we can start copying. Since this boss is hearts, I could pick up the sun, and then that way, if I turn all my cards into hearts, I don't have to worry about the clubs boss in the future. Let's go ahead, pick up Overstock here. We could take this, could take a holographic. Sure. Sure? Unsure. Fine. Go next. This makes us safe, so I can discard aggressively to find the jacks. Maybe one more time, jacks. Okay. I guess the king doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's try this. Copy the jack. If I turn it into hearts now, it'll be debuffed. I won't get the money. I can always turn it into hearts later. Play the jack. And then we can play, I guess, a full house wins instead of the four of a kind. Sure. Maybe didn't need the seance there, could have sold it. Okay. So now what? Take a blue joker here. Clearance sale, 2 Arcana packs. So probably on with the Arcana packs, we can try to get a hermit. Let's go small Arcana. I could make a gold card. I could make a gold jack. This boss says base chips and mold tab. Let's go gold jack. Try another Arcana pack. I could take a hermit here. I could. With the lucky cards, DNA and then blueprint. Maybe we don't need the seance. Maybe we don't need the holographic. We could take the 20 bucks here. We could re-roll also if we want. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Get the discounted blue joker here. Sure. Do I need this? Do I need Jupiter? I can use the sun to set up a flush house in an emergency, but with blueprint on DNA, we should be fine. Let's just go next. Base chips and mold tabs. Alright, so we do get the jack. That's a good start. I'd like to draw more jacks so I can do more hearts. Probably. I guess I can go these 3 into hearts and then copy. And the flush 5 should win. We can copy business card. Yeah. Okay. We get a death card. So Could be devil, could be death. Let's go Arcana. Temperance for $7. That sucks. I could make a gold jack here and then copy it right away. I could save the death card for the next Arcana pack. I could use the magician to make a lucky card. I think I'm just gonna take the $7 instead of the magician. We already have the red seal lucky cards. I don't think we need more lucky cards than that. So let's go devil. Temperance, I guess. And since I'm holding on to the death card, I'm not going to reroll. Okay, I can turn an ace into a jack. I can make a steel jack. Maybe I don't want to steal jack. Yeah, we don't need any of this. Alright. Pick up one of those. Alright. Could be Deja Vu for the red seal. Could be cryptid, make more lucky cards. Get slightly punished for not turning the one jack into lucky, because I could have put the red seal on the lucky card. Oh well. Go next. Alright, let's go fish. Alright, there we go. So DNA here. We can do business card. We can play the pair. And then I can use cryptid so that we get the flush 5 for the final hand. I could play like this and try to draw my gold cards, I guess. We do miss out on the business card money. Maybe it's better to just do the business card on the queen here. Maybe. Alright, didn't draw gold. I think I saved the red seal for gold, and if I end up not using it, then that's okay, I guess. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then copy the business card for the money. Okay. 50K already in ante 2. Alright, we've got standard pack. What could I get from a standard pack? I guess purple seal could be okay, but there really isn't anything that I need. Same with the celestial packs. I think the flush 5, we don't actually need to level it up since we have all the lucky cards and we have dusk. So I think I'm just gonna keep rolling here. This boss base chips and molds have could get extra discards. No, I don't want to go minus hand size. Eris, we don't need, probably. What was the last card that I used? Last card I used was Death. I think I'm going to skip Eris. Could take a Bloodstone, which we probably don't need either. Could be Northern Lion for more money. $10 for a reroll is a little bit expensive, so let's just go next. Alright, and then we want to make sure that we copy the Jack of Hearts here. Okay, and then maybe I end up playing the 4 of a kind. Either way, let's try to draw more red seals. Alright, so I could play this 1 as a high card, won't win. And play the 5. Here we go. Even with the half chips and half molt, not a problem. Alright, now we gotta find the cat. Blank is cool. We don't have to take it yet. This boss is going to debuff diamonds. What's in here? Okay. Probably we want to keep Northern Lion so we don't take any of this. You could sell it and then take and then sell these things. There's a cat. So I guess Northern Lion's out. Do I want business card? Sure. Do I need the DNA? We might be done with DNA at this point. We have enough jacks. Sure. We get 6s instead of Northern Lion. Sure. Sun for my 1 jack. Bonk. That's unfortunate. Pretty good start would be start with 6s and then copy it with the onk. So you get the maximum probability. Oh well. There's an Emperor. Let's go Arcana. Alright, so Sun is not going to work here. I could go use Deja Vu. I was saving it. Maybe I just use it so I could pick up the Emperor. The Deja Vu seems to be not super important. Go ahead, Death here. Take the Emperor. And $10 for a reroll, probably not. Let's just go next. Alright, so I can make cards. I probably discard this jack to draw more lucky jacks. Okay. Let's play the pair of queens. Since we got the business card, give him the business and keep the gold card, I guess. All right, so we're good there. Maybe I could play the gold card, maybe not. All right, play the queen for the money. With the cat, we could probably get away with playing 1. I don't think that's going to be too many points, though we could think about it. We could say, you know, if you get the 40 and it's times 20, is that going to be too much? It should be fine. Okay, almost too much. Let's go ahead, use the sun. And I get a death card. So let's go gold here. Just make more. And then now, since we want to do the cat, we can copy dusk. And that's it. Already up to 3.5. Alright, so there we were able to get away with playing the high card. The 1 lucky card. I think starting now, even just high card is too many points. Alright, but now we got plenty of money, so I guess take the blank. Before we open the Arcana pack, we could reroll 4 tarot cards. Gold seal is useful, but maybe I don't see myself using it very often. We want to keep the red seals so that we can grow the cat. Maximize our gains. Could be parking instead of business card. Maybe that's easier. Okay. These tarot cards, I guess I could hold on to them just to keep them from reappearing in the shop. I do actively want the sun. I could take hallucination instead of parking. I think I prefer parking. I think I prefer just the raw money, so we can try to get maybe Sock and Buskin or the Chad, or since we are on the ghost deck, maybe we try to get ectoplasm. All right, $15, too expensive. Sun here, probably not. I can turn another ace into another jack. That's it. Go next. Alright, so now we are doing parking. Yeah, there's a red seal queen. I think I discard the queen. Alright, so we want to find all of the jacks. Couple more tries. Here's the thing that we can do. We can increase the speed that comes from the Saturn mod. There we go. Parking is quite tedious. So let's speed things up. And then for the final hand, we can go here with the flush 5. Alright, so that takes us up to time 6. There's Deja Vu again. I guess we can hold on to it. So there are many things I would take instead. Maybe Devil's more important. Maybe I don't actually want that many gold cards. Strength I think is not important since we used DNA to make a bunch of jacks. That's fine. Death card. Would I rather have Red Seal or the Sun? I can use Sun on the jack, so I think I'm going to actually drop the Red Seal here. Hermie, sure. 15 bucks again. Expensive. Let's go next. Okay, so I still want to copy parking. Okay. So I don't want to end up in a situation where I have all jacks in hand and I can't play anything. So because the high card I think wins. Let's go ahead and collect our parking money first. All right. Yeah, we can go death here. And I guess I could try to find some gold cards, or I could keep the red seals just for the parking. Maybe that's fine. Do that. 8.75. Okay, so we could go back in time. We don't need to do that yet. It does cost us a hand. It also lowers the scoring requirements. I don't actually want to lower the scoring requirements. And I want to have all of my hands for the parking. We could pick up death here. And the sun. Fool for death. So I mean, that makes sense. So let's go sun, death, and copy it. And then since we have a death card, we can open the other Arcana pack. There's another fool, so we can do more death. All right. Now what? Looking for ectoplasm. I don't need the sun anymore. I don't think I need the magician anymore, but I guess it doesn't hurt to hold on to it. I want a crystal ball. Anyway, let's go next. Alright, I can discard, looking for my jacks. Probably we keep the gold card, or maybe we don't. I want to make sure I get enough lucky cards so I can play a full 5. Alright, this should be fine. Okay. And we don't play the red seal. Okay. Alright, 7 we can flip into a jack and then ship it. Now up to 11.25. Alright, Fool for Death seems okay. Cryptid seems useful. Standard packs we said we don't need. Buffoon pack, we don't need a bloodstone. Alright, I think a free reroll here maybe seems worse than the parking. Could be a trading card. I do like a trading card. That's worth it to me. Maybe some other people would feel differently, but it's worth it to me. Rebate on jacks. I mean, that's pretty juicy too. Go next. So I can snap off a 4. And it actually doesn't matter what we play. We just want to do Dusk. Just a normie pair is 1,000 points. That's a little bit spooky. I could play a pair of 3s. Alright, since I'm going to use Cryptid to make +2 cards, I can discard to try to find my gold cards. Or not. So, Death here, Cryptid here. That's it. Ship it. Now we're up to 14.7, or sorry, 14.5. I could have saved the Death card and the Cryptid card for the boss, since the boss is playing only one hand, but I mean, we got a Fool, so it's fine. Let's go back in time. Okay, there's another Fool, so we could go Death twice, or we could use Cryptid. I prefer Death twice. I prefer removal. 15 bucks. Go next. Alright, so snap off the 7. I could use Death on 9 and 6, I guess. Yeah, or a 4. And we only get one hand here, so that's it. And then now the cat's times 17. It says ante 4, but we did go back in time, so. Round 12. Take an ectoplasm, I guess. Sure, so if we take Ecto, I could use it right away, dropping the trading card. Or, yeah, if I drop the trading card, I can pick up the free reroll here. We go back in time again, but I think we're gonna wait. Okay. Trading card's pretty good. I don't know if trading card is worth the free reroll here. Alright. Business card, sure. Hold on to some tarot cards. There's a luchador. This boss is first hand face down. I mean, that could be useful. Cool for Death card. Showman would be nice. Brainstorm maybe. Do list on pairs. I could try to do that. Maybe instead of the reroll, we could do pairs in business card. Maybe. Alright. 15 bucks is expensive. Once again, let's go next. Alright, I want to not get in a situation where I don't have a hand. I can play high card king. Alright. Death here. Maybe we draw a gold card. I should have discarded first before using Death. Didn't get the gold card. It doesn't really matter. We do have access to quite a bit of money. Times 19 on the cat. Alright, Hermes okay. There's an Emperor instead of a Magician. Alright, rebate on 9s is not exactly what we want. We only have 4 9s in deck. Could take rebate and then it gets better later, maybe. Alright, I want some tarot cards before opening the Arcana pack. There's another Fool. Okay. Running out of money for rerolls here. Getting kind of expensive. Alright, what's in here? Could be Empress Lovers, no. Fool for Emperor, probably also no. Let's go next. So we can rebate the 9, that's nice. I could play the pair of queens first. And then rebate the 9. Okay. This is a little bit dangerous. If we end up in a situation of having too many lucky cards in hand, I could play the pair of jacks like this. I could play another high card. Alright, maybe we get a 9, but probably we don't. Maybe I should have discarded more aggressively. Discarding more of the jacks, knowing that I can draw more. I don't know, it's tough to say. We got 62 cards in the deck, so it's not super predictable. Alright. Rebate on jacks now, though. Okay, so... could be Cola here. I don't think that's gonna happen. I do go back in time, though. Don't need a Baron. Could be Faceless Joker instead of Business card. We only have... well, Business card does a ton of money on the final hand. Definitely we take those. Take the Hung Man. Alright. Okay. Could be extra discard here. Extra discard instead of business card gives us more money from the rebate, maybe. Okay. Go next. Alright, first one's face down, so let's rebate all these jacks. Alright, these are not jacks, we can hang them. Queen and 5, also not jacks, we can hang them. Okay. I want to get the rebate money. I also want to make sure that we have enough jacks for the final hand, so maybe we only rebate 1 jack here. Maybe. Maybe we play the pair first. Since we have to play our hands anyway. We could rebate these jacks. Sure. Okay. And we don't want to play the high card because it'll be too many points. Alright, copy Dusk. Times 25 is not bad for, it says ante 3 down there because we went back in time twice. Now it's ante 4. Alright, rebate on 10s. Don't have that many 10s. Okay. Crystal Ball's nice. This boss. Base cards debuff. Before we go Spectral, there's not really any Spectral cards that I'm looking for. Like if there was an Ectoplasm, I wouldn't take it. Mostly I'm looking for this. I'm looking for opportunities to use tarot cards. Could be Cartomancer instead of rebate. Could be Cartomancer instead of discard. Maybe. Could be Bean instead of rebate. Take the Bean and then open the Spectral pack. I mean, Bean's okay. I think Bean instead of Cartomancer. Bean makes rebate better. So let's do that. It's a combo. I should have held on to a Moon card since we have Crystal Ball. Oh well, what's in here? So Ecto number 2 we shouldn't. We really shouldn't. 8 and 7 we can hang them. Bummer. Go next. We got rebate on 10s. We can try high card like this. Okay. I could do maybe discard. So I don't need all of these jacks. We can discard. Okay. There's some 10s that we can rebate. Okay, we can play high card like this. And then dusk. Probably we could have gotten the extra 10 bucks if I played it slightly differently. Oh well. And we got a little bit of money from the gold cards. Alright, rebate on jacks as it should be. There's a red seal, which we don't need. But I guess we can hold on to it anyway. Take one of these. So, if I take brainstorm, what do we drop? Probably we drop the bean because of the rebate money. So, pick up brainstorm, makes temperance better. Now what? So I could use strength to turn 10s into jacks for more money. More rebate that way. Maybe I'm supposed to take business card because it's easier. I don't think I need the aura. So just keep rolling here. Maybe should have taken the tower because it makes rebate better. Maybe we're supposed to take cryptid here because that also makes rebate better. Could be immolate instead of red seal. We'll see. Alright, so I want to rebate some jacks. I can keep the 10. And cryptid means we can't miss. Okay. I can play a pair. Keeping a jack, throwing away a jack. Now's a pretty good opportunity to use immolate. And then we can play the pair. Alright. I can strengthen the 10s. I can discard 100% jacks. Alright, anything that's not a jack, we can play it. I could use cryptid here on a jack. Copy dusk. There you go. 31.25 on the cat. Alright, we're looking for Invisible Joker to get another oops would be best, but maybe Saki Busky could be good. Could go strength. Maybe doesn't super matter. My 9s are not going to become jacks, probably. Let's see here. Emperor. Alright, so I don't want a burglar. Could take a free reroll here since the boss is going to debuff my rebate anyway. Just take a freebie. Could be hallucination actually. Let's do that. So in here, we have the guaranteed tarot cards because of the 6s. What's in here? We got a Hermie. Yeah, I could make a gold card, could make a glass card. Take the money, skip the rest. I want a luchador. Okay. To-do list, no, we'll keep hallucination. Could be parking instead of hallucination. We won't be able to get money now, but we could get money in the next round. I think I'm gonna keep hallucination though. Could take devil. Gives us money, probably. Go next. Alright. So I guess dusk doesn't matter to me. I could use the magician and maybe play a flush, actually. I guess I'll do this. Play the 6. And then that's 10k. Oh well. I should have discarded the jacks so that I could try to draw my hearts. Hand size is good. This boss, serpent. Okay. Emperor, nope. What's in here? Magician again. So probably Temperance, then Hermie. Additional red seal, doesn't matter. Parking now, we could take parking again. Alright. Death card. Definitely don't need a chariot. Alright, I'm just looking for, I don't know, Saki Busky. Now that I have parking, we could probably reroll deeper if we want. Maybe something like that. Alright. And we could do parking against the boss. So I want to draw mostly jacks, but I don't want to draw 100% jacks because it's dangerous. We'll see. I can play a 6. Alright, so death here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Now we're up to 35. 35 on the cat. Bartolomeo. Okay, standard packs I don't need, Arcana pack I don't need. DNA I can't do because the single high card wins. Could take a death card here. Take a hungman instead of a magician. So death and hungman, we probably open the Arcana pack now. 5 and 4, we can hang them. We could use death. I guess we just hang them. Okay. Tower. I actually don't want stone cards in the deck because I won't be able to play them. They're too powerful, dangerous. Strength we said doesn't matter. Cool for another hungman or death instead. I prefer, I think, the hungman. All right, Sixth Sense is going to be a no. Reroll is worth 20 bucks here, but I'm going to keep parking because of the boss, the serpent. So we want to go 6 and 2. We want to hang them first and then discard. This we can discard. Or this is fine. Oh, I should have used the red seal there to get extra money. Yeah, we can go red seal here. I can play this king, which won't win. I could go death here. And then now everything's red seal. We get like marginally more money if we do it that way. And then for the final hand, ship it. Now 38 on the cat. Cool. Okay. Arcana. Reroll first. Definitely should have taken the devil, especially against this boss. Second Ecto. It's not impossible. It seems very unlikely, but it's not impossible. Maybe it's not worth blocking a Joker slot to do that. Magician here, maybe. It's nice having some jacks that are not lucky, actually. So maybe we don't do that. Also, the last card that we used was Death. So let's go next. Alright, so if I want to maximize my parking money, discard like this and play a king. Huge. Okay. And another one. Copy Dusk. So we did get the extra hand size voucher, so we're up to hand size 8. I'm willing to use Ectoplasm, but I need something to use it for. So right now, parking we replace with, you know, could be Sock and Buskin, could be a Seltzer. Could even be a trading card instead of parking. Maybe it doesn't need to be a trading card. This boss, love is stinky. Anyway, I don't need to Ecto because I have an empty slot already. Could be Hungman before I open the Arcana packs. Could go in now. 6 and 4, we can hang them. And skip the rest. Could be Bean, or we keep the parking. So I could Ecto now and then take the Bean, and then the Bean gives us like 3 rounds where we don't have to worry about the Ectoplasm drawback. It's kind of free. Maybe I want to do that. So we would have to get rid of parking, and maybe that's fine. Go Ecto. And then Bean. Alright, Temperance, sure. Parking comes back, that's nice. I still have Fool on now Temperance, so there's a Fool. Alright, free reroll, that's great. Oh, I guess parking's good with the Bean, so maybe we don't take the reroll here. Tower, no. Death card. Alright, what's in here? So I could use Fool for Hermie instead of Death. I mean, that makes sense. I think we have enough of whatever it is that we're trying to go for. I'm pretty sure we have enough. So I will use Death here. Hermie. Fool for Hermie. Okay. Hungman's fine. Go next. Alright, so let's start with parking. And we did get the extra hand, so that's nice. Don't mind if I didgeridoo. $41 on the cat. I can play this one. And I might delete the Red Seal Queen. So Queen and 9, we can hang them. Is like kind of what I want to do. Sure. Discard. Yeah, I could have done that better. Could have hung something else. Anyway. Chip it. 45 even on Bartolomeo. 4 hand size on the Bean. With Overstock, we can also, if the Bean runs out, we can also replace it. Alright, there's Immolate again. Maybe we don't. Maybe. We'll see. Let me think about it. Alright, but I'm looking for another retriggering Joker. There's an Emperor. Sorry, the last card I used was the Hung Man. Okay, so that's fine. The Burger. No. I need to be able to discard. There's Saki Busky, but I have to give up my parking. That sucks. Bummer. Alright. So here's a lot of jacks. We could light them up. I think I'm gonna hold on the immolate. So now we just want to get Dusk online by playing a few cards. So I can do this. And then we can discard a few if we want. We do have a few gold cards in the deck. It mostly doesn't matter. $49.5. Cool. Alright, Arcana packs. We can reroll for tarot cards first. I'm looking for something to replace this bean. Could be a seltzer maybe, even though we have Dusk. I could wait until next ante maybe. Wait until after this boss. Maybe I don't need to spend $15 on a reroll. Death card. So this is not a bad immolate opportunity. It's not bad. Alright, we're down to 40 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like 9 cards that are not jacks. Kings, we can hang them. Are we gonna run into trouble with Dusk if we remove the kings? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we'll be fine. Maybe we keep the kings just to be safe and go next. All right, so here let's make sure we have Dusk online first, and then we can get fancy. So I need to discard this 9. I can play this jack. Alright, then now that we have Dusk online for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. $53. Two hand size. Overstock is great. I'd be interested in a Troubadour. Hermes okay. Malin Rebate is tempting. Fool for Hermes, sure. Cryptid for more, could be jacks. Could be non-jacks. I could copy the gold jacks maybe. It's a shame that I keep getting the red seals, but I keep not putting them on the gold card. Yeah, here I'm just gonna take the 20 and go next. Okay, so pretty easy. Set up the Dusk, discard the extras. Could use Cryptid. I think I'm just gonna hold off. Takes us up to 57. Since we don't have that many antes left, we could reroll a little bit more aggressively. I think I'm gonna beans on 1. I think I sell the bean now to try to unlock another bean. Or even just a juggler would be fine. We face this Joker. Could be extra discard. Hungman, no. There's that juggler. I think I do take the juggler just to be safe. Extra hand size. There's a showman. That is tempting. It is not without risk. Death card. I think I don't. I think I might, with a standard pack, add garbage actually. So like maybe a purple 7. We can draw jacks, that's not a problem. The problem is being able to activate Dusk if we don't draw jacks. We have hand size 6. Do we take the showman? Probably. We have enough money, it makes sense to have the showman. Okay. Ecto 3, we can't. Immolate again. I mean, it's 20 bucks. Alright, go next. So, play the 7, for sure. Here, I could delete a bunch of jacks, actually. Okay. Play the king, play the jack, and then we're fine. And then discard. Alright. There you go. And then we'll hold on to Cryptid until maybe an emergency. Alright, 59.5. Temperance. So, since we have Showman, we can hold on to Temperance. Additional Saki Busky. So, I could just take it now. I could swap Dusk for Saki Busky, and then that's safer. Like, what do we miss out on? I think it's worth keeping the Showman for longer. You know what we could do? Let's drop the Showman here, and then if we get Seltzer, we could do Seltzer instead of Dusk. Try to get a Seltzer now. I could take Rebate. Rebate seems dangerous. You know what? I bet you the gold seal will pay for itself since we have Saki Busky. And an Emperor. I'm going to skip the Emperor because if we get a Fool, we can copy Temperance. Alright, I think I'm good to go. So for starters, Gold Seal King. Okay. Make sure we have Dusk online. I should play this Jack. That's like the safest move. Alright, and then then we could, in theory, try to get another gold card. There you go. 64 on Bartolomeo. Okay. Alright. Liquidation. I don't know if I needed to do that. Probably shouldn't have done that because we aren't actually buying anything. So Burglar is tempting. You get more hands than you can, you know, potentially play lucky cards as singletons. But I think it's, with the cat on 64, I think it's too many points. So we can skip. Trying to find a Seltzer. There, Temperance punishes us for taking the voucher. Oh well. There's a purple seal, which probably you don't need. I didn't see what the boss was. Oh yeah, boss is fine. Kinda. If the wrong cards get selected at the wrong time, that would be very awkward. Go next. Alright, we can play this jack. I can play this 9. Play the 7. Alright. That's it. Not terribly exciting. 68 on Bartolomeo. A little bit extra money, I guess. Alright, for the Arcana pack, we could get a death card. That's another one that we just hold until an emergency situation. At this point, it doesn't matter what we roll into. Basically, I'm looking for a Fool. That way I have a backup to help me against the boss. Get me out of trouble. Go next. Alright, I can play an ace. I could ditch a jack. I can play a 9. Queen. And then... Oh. Hey, look, a gold seal. Bummer. There you go. $71. Okay. There's a hung man. Useful against this boss because it allows you to deselect if you need to. DNA. Get a lot of colas. Could have had a juicy negative skip. There was like a negative skip before. Anyway, that's it. Alright, so I can play 1 and 1 more. 7, sure. And that's it. So if I want to discard, I could discard. I can use Cryptid. That's 5. Alright, let's turn the speed back to normal. So this is the card plus the red seal. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chances. 7 chances. Oops, all 6s. There you go. Again. 20 bucks. One time. Actually, I only got the money once. Twice there. That was 60 bucks. Alright. That brings us up to 75 even. Just like we drew it up. Alright, folks. That's going to be it for this one. If you have the dice, so like let's say you get Invisible Joker, you get the Ankh, and you make a second Oops All 6s, then that doubles your amount of triggers. So you can add more triggers. Red Seal is 1 more, Clock and Buskin is 1 more, Dusk is 1 more, Blueprint, Brainstorm, but the dice doubles the number of activations. And so probably the best start would be you get Ante 1 Buffoon Pack, get the dice, and then Ante 1 or 2 Retro Pack, copy the dice. So 2 dice, and then that gives you almost guarantee on the, the 2 and 5 chance for the plus 20 mult, so almost guaranteed on the plus 20 mult. I think 3 dice, maybe you'd rather have, well, 3 dice is hard to get, right? 2 dice is easy because you just use Ankh to copy an early Oops All 6s, but 3 is difficult because you need Invisible Joker and it takes time. You have to already have maybe 2 dice and then Invisible Joker for a 3rd one. That would be best, but definitely not bad just having a bunch of triggers like this. Hey, look, there's the blue Dusk, Blocky Busky, there's the blue cat. And once again, if you didn't already know, Oops All 6s, not compatible. Well, sorry, there you go, incompatible. Take care, everyone.